Hey, welcome to my little brick house. Today is Sunday, October 12th, and this is probably going to be a short one today. I don't have a whole lot of things to show you, but I've been working really hard this week on one thing that I'm super excited about, so I'm going to share that with you. But first I wanted to say, in the last video, I talked about one of the patterns was Hygge Holiday, and I said it was by Heart and Hands, and I made a mistake. That was actually hands-on design. So I wanted to make that correction right off the bat. That was Hygge Holiday by Hands-on Design. I can show it to you. It's right here. It's this one here. One of my favorite patterns. They did a sale last summer. I did it with them, and just a beautiful, beautiful pattern. One of my favorites. And I misspoke and said it was the wrong designer. So that's Hands-on Design. So what's new in the little brick house this week? Not much. I got my hairs cut and I love it. I did short this time. I wasn't sure if I wanted bangs or not. I went with no bangs, but I like it. It makes it look a little fuller when it's shorter because it bounces up a little bit more. So I'm happy with that. And then I went to the McDonald's afterwards to get dinner, and some young guy was like, "Hey, I like your glasses." And I was like, "Oh, I'm being hit on." And it's because I got this fancy new haircut. My daughter's like, "Yeah, I don't think that's what it was." But hey, whatever makes me happy now, right? I wanted to share with you about my daughter's Etsy shop. She sells bracelets, and I'm wearing a few of them here. She does a wonderful job making these bracelets, and she's been selling them quite frequently. So you might want to check out her Etsy shop. That's Ashes on the Water, and a lot of them are inspired by anime characters because she's a big anime fan. But she does do custom orders too. I think she took a break from the custom orders during the marching band season because she just didn't have time to make them, but she is going to go back to that. And even if you're not into anime, I mean, like, these are, I think a couple of these that she gave me are inspired by anime characters, but she knows I love the color blue, so she gave me the ones that have the blue in them, and they're just really pretty. And she recycles beads from necklaces that have been, the owners are tossing them aside or selling them or things like that. So she's got a sustainable, source of beads there. So if you're into that and you like the look of them, then check out Ashes on the Water. That's her Etsy shop, Ashes on the Water. I like them. I wear them all the time. So I wanted to share that with you. In case you're on Etsy, you might want to check her out. And marching band season's going well. They just had a competition yesterday and they got third place. And their score went up 4 points from the previous competition. So they're doing really well. And I'm a very proud, blessed mama. They are such good kids and they both really enjoy it. And I know I said this previously, but I did it again yesterday. I cried straight through their whole show yesterday because it's just so nice to see the kids doing so well and being part of something bigger than them that they are so proud of. And they do such a good job. Yesterday, they just get better and better every week. The soloists did an amazing job, and they also got they won the award for best band director, which was pretty cool. And they got the first place for individual, I don't remember which, the individual musicianship I think was the term. And so they see that all of the kids are trying so hard and working so hard, and they are learning and growing musically, as well as presenting the show on the field. It's just really not, they just are, it's nice for them to have that validation of all their hard work. So it's pretty cool to watch them, and I just am very proud of them. Plus, their show is Beatlemania, so they're doing Beatles songs, and Mom went with me to the competition yesterday, and we were talking about Beatles songs and singing Beatles songs all the way home, so that was a lot of fun. And even our singing was not the best, so it's a good thing we were in the car and nobody could hear us, but it, it was a lot of fun anyway. So yeah, so everybody in the crowd seems to get excited when they see that they're doing Beatles too. And they do Hey Jude, and there's a part in there where they're not playing and they're just singing the na na na's and Hey Jude, and like the crowd joins in with them and they clap and they sing with them, and it's just, they love that. They eat that up, like the fact that they can get the crowd going too. So it's really nice, and I'm very proud of them. I don't have a lot of time today because we are going homecoming dress shopping. My daughter decided she wants to go to homecoming, and homecoming dances next week. So we have to hurry up and go for dress shopping today, because this is the only chance that we will have. And we're supposed to go to dinner with my parents and my brother, because my mom's birthday was Wednesday. She turned 73. Sorry, Mom, I know you're not supposed to say lady's age, but it's just a wonderful thing to celebrate. And my brother's birthday was Thursday, and my parents' wedding anniversary is the 19th, so we'll be going to dinner to celebrate all three of those things. They're celebrating their 51st wedding anniversary, so that's a wonderful thing to celebrate too. Very blessed, very blessed. So let me just share what I've been doing this week with stitching. I have one WIP, and I'll explain why I really didn't make a lot of progress. On Halloween Quaker by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I'm pretty sure I didn't have all this done last time. When I showed you last week, I basically only had this corner done. So I did get a little bit done. I didn't even have enough energy last night to finish this one candy corn. That's how long the day was. But how cute with the bat border and Boo and the candy corn, the ghost. It's an adorable pattern. And I am really having fun with it. I just didn't have a lot of time to stitch this week because I was working on something big that I'll show you in a minute. But before that, I wanted to show you, I finished off my Halloween alphabet, and I finished it off with this rickrack that I found in my stash. It's actually, I didn't even realize, like, I haven't seen a whole lot of rickrack that has such a sharp point on it, but I thought it would look cute with this, and the gold color kind of goes with the gold in the pattern. Here's what I found in my stash. It's actually, I don't even know how old it is, but there's the label on it. It's really old. I actually had to cut a piece of it off because it was kind of discolored, but it's still good, and I think it complements this well, so I ended up turning it into a little pillow. And then I made this little candy corn charm. So I wanted to share with you how I did this. So I have all this wool felt that I got at the National Quilt Extravaganza. It came in like little squares and it was all patterned. So I used that, and I used light yellow wool felt as the base, And then I just cut strips, just trimmed it, just eyeballed it. I didn't use a pattern or anything. I just eyeballed it to the shape of the candy corn. And I sewed the pieces on, but then I wanted it to look like more primitive, antique-y, old looking. So after I sewed it, I frayed the edges a little bit by just pulling at it, scrunching at it, and pulling some of the threads out on the sides so that it would look frayed. And then I pulled one of my daughter's, I didn't ask her permission, I probably should have asked permission first, but I pulled one of my daughter's art brushes out. It's a brush pen by Arteza, and this color is coffee, and I just like brushed the edges of the fabric with the pen, and then I kind of went over the stitches so the stitches didn't stand out so much, so that it would look kind of old and dirty looking. But I think it turned out cute, and then I pinned it on with one of those pear-shaped clips and some beads from my daughter's stash. And I think it complements it well, because there's candy corn in the alphabet here, and I think it turned out really cute. I love this pattern. It was a lot of fun to work on, and it was fast. I thought it was fast because the alphabet, there's not a whole lot of fill. There was just like a little bit of fill in here, and the houses took a little bit longer, but overall it worked up pretty quickly, and it turned out really cute. And I will be posting pictures on Instagram of this in my living room with my fall decorations. If you're interested in that, you can check me out on Instagram. But then I wanted to share with you the reason that I didn't get a whole lot done on my WIPs was because I was working on this one project all week, and I just wanted it to look nice, and I wanted to show you, and I'm so excited about it. I released my fourth original design in my Etsy shop this week, and it is the haunted tree, and it is inspired by some vintage postcards. I searched vintage Halloween postcards on Google and came up with some images, and I used that to inspire me to do a Halloween tree, a haunted tree. And so here it is. And this is what I was stitching all week. The lighting's not too good, but I don't know if you can see, but the ghost is kind of at the bottom here. I tried to make him look like a lacy hanky ghost. So he's a very delicate ghost. And of course the tree with the full moon, the bats, and the jack-o'-lantern. This idea of the light inside the jack-o'-lantern with the shading, the darker orange and then the lighter orange, how I did that was all inspired by a vintage postcard that I found an image of. And then I put a cat behind it, and the cat with the green eyes. I think he turned out really cute. And then I toyed with the idea of putting different colors in the ground here to make it look like the leaves had fallen out of the tree. But I thought leaving it like this, it kind of looked a little more creepy and a little more Halloweeny. And so I just left it with that solid color there. I used the same rickrack on this to finish off this pillow that I used on the Halloween alphabet. And then I did the same technique with this pumpkin that I pinned on here. I used the wool felt and just eyeballed the shape of a pumpkin. But then I did the same thing with the art pen, filling it in on the edges, brushing it along the edges, and then on the stitches that I did around it to make it more antique looking. And then I put a couple of beads on there, orange and black, and then I found this heart charm that I had in my stash. I did not steal that one from my daughter this time. I was good and I had it in my own stash. And I pinned it on in the corner, and I thought that would give it a different kind of finish and a different kind of look, and I really like how it turned out. So this is called the Haunted Tree, and it's in my Etsy shop, and I've already printed out patterns to take to the shop, my local needlework shop. The owner said that if I printed some patterns out that she would sell them in her shop. So I already have them. Look, I got a whole stack here of papers for all 4 patterns, and I bought bags, and I'm gonna fold them up and make them look real professional, put them in the bags and take them to the local needlework shop. That's Ye Old Stitchery in Bristol, to see if people would be interested in buying them there. I'm so excited about this, and I really am working very hard. I want it to turn into something bigger, and it's just the whole process of the designing and the stitching and the finishing it off. There's so many different aspects to designing the pattern and then producing the sample, and I like how it's not all the same thing over and over. Like I'm doing all the different steps, and it's enjoyable, and I love spending my time doing this and then seeing the finished product, and something that I can be proud of. Just like my kids in the marching band, it's something bigger than them that they're proud of, and it's nice to see that. And I feel the same way about this. It's just, I enjoy seeing my finished product, and when somebody buys it and I get the little notification from Etsy that says cha-ching, I'm just like, oh, somebody else likes it, and it's validating, and I can't wait. I hope that if you buy it and you stitch it, that you would tag me on Instagram, because I can't wait to see how somebody else stitches my patterns, and the feeling that somebody else is enjoying the stitching that I really enjoy creating. Just sharing the love and the joy. So my Instagram account is also in my little brick house, so follow me there and tag me if you have bought one of my patterns and you're stitching it, because I'd love to see your progress. The other patterns I'll just show you really quick. I've showed them in the other floss tubes that I've made, but I'll show you really quick, because my first one was Jack, my Halloween snowman made of pumpkins, and he's carrying his little trick-or-treat bag there that's shaped like a pumpkin, and then with him comes the free mini Jack. Charlie, he's so tiny and he's so cute. That comes free if you buy Jack, you get mini Jack. And then my second one was Noelle, my snow woman who's enjoying winter with the frozen poinsettias in her body and the pine boughs, and she's got a cardinal and it's snowing, and she's got the knit hat with the pom-pom on it. And if you get Noelle, then you also get for free mini Noelle, who also has a cardinal, a little teeny tiny cardinal, little teeny tiny poinsettia in her body there. And then my third pattern was Stand Firm, which is an autumn tree with the pumpkin underneath, and it says stand firm in faith, do everything in love, and that's from 1 Corinthians 16. And this was meant to be a pattern that can spread some encouragement and sharing some love that way. And I finished this one off with a chenille trim, a velvet chenille trim, and I had a pine cone and a tassel pin there at the top. So that was my third pattern, and now I've got my fourth pattern, and I'm just having so much fun, and I hope somebody finds them equally as enjoyable. And I just wanted to share those with you. I didn't really have a lot to make a full Flosstube video because I was working on that all week because I was so excited about it. And I just wanted to share it with you. So this is a short Flosstube just because I couldn't wait another week to share that with you. I was just too excited. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have for this week. Sorry for the short Flosstube, but there's a lot of other things going on in the little brick house with the kiddos, and I'm a mom first, so the stitching always waits if there's something going on with the kids. And it's my daughter's senior year, and she's getting into being a part of the marching band and going to the homecoming dance, which she never really seemed interested in homecoming before. She went the first year, and she wasn't really interested in her sophomore and junior year. So I want to take some time with her today and go dress shopping. I never turned down an opportunity to go shopping, and then spend some time with my family this afternoon. So I hope you are all doing well. I hope you had a good week and had some opportunities to stitch and also spend time with your families. And I pray blessings over all of your families and you. And I thank you for all the views on my fourth and fifth Flosstube videos. If you didn't get a chance, you can go back and watch those. And all the comments that you guys have left on my videos. It means a lot to me that you are enjoying the videos and taking the time to leave me a message, because I don't have friends that do anything crafty or stitchy, and you guys have been all very encouraging and sharing that you like my patterns and you like my stitching, and it just means a lot to me. So thank you for the encouragement and the support. That's it for today. That's all I have. So I'm hoping to get more stitching done this next week, so hopefully I'll have another Flosstube for you next week with more to show. In the meantime, follow my Instagram, subscribe to my Flosstube channel, and you'll get, and if you favorite my shop, my Etsy shop, you'll get notifications when I drop something new. And leave me a comment, say hi. I will answer it. I try to answer them all, but it's just nice to see you all and see your comments, and that's it. So have a blessed week, and peace out.